G'day Cephalon Collective and welcome to the Week in Warframe news for the week ending October 6, 2019. I'm Cephalon Greg. Well, it was a Devstream week, so let's not screw around. Straight on into the news. In case you missed it, there was an awesome documentary released from GameSpot this week. I'll leave a link in the description below, but you should watch it. It's a great behind-the-scenes look at TennoCon. On a very different note, you may recall we discussed the community uproar around the mod drop chance boosters last week. Well, DE directly addressed these concerns in a forum post. In brief, the team is currently only testing these boosters as we expected, and there will be a way to acquire these in-game, but I don't believe they will be available for purchase with Platinum, only in the primary accessories pack, at least initially. In addition, DE will be reverting previous changes to loot farming, allowing frames to once again stack their looting abilities, but is it enough? There's a link to the forum post in the description below. Very quick one next. You should already know this one. Atlas Prime is out now on all platforms. Also out now, the Day of the Dead gear is once again available on all platforms. This year there are a bunch of cute new glyphs, as well as a myriad of skins we've come to know at this time of the year. They'll be in the market from now until November. Only recently released, but Gauss has already been added to the TennoGen workshop. Expect some fan-made skins in the nearish future. If you'd like more information, I've popped a link in the description below. And before we head on into a quick overview of the Devstream, we at Cephalon Squared will have some new giveaways starting very soon. We'll give away an Atlas Prime Access Pack via our social media channels, and we'll be kicking off another Captura competition, which will start next week. Again, there'll be 3 winners, each of whom will take away 300 Platinum, so keep an eye on our Facebook page for details, or listen to next week's podcast. Okay, DE finally streamed another Devstream this week, and although there was a lot to show off, it can be fairly easy summarised, so here goes. The main gist of this Devstream was that players should keep an eye out for a new mainline update later this month. This will include Grendel and his signature weapons, the Ember and Volburn reworks, which we'll talk about in a second, as well as some other quality of life changes. Not only that, but there'll be a spooky October event that will run as well, providing some new items to collect. So what's going to change with Ember? Quite a bit, actually. First up, she'll be getting an all-new passive, in which she'll gain ability strength based on the number of enemies nearby that are on fire. Her first ability will be a slightly tweaked fireball, but her second ability will be all new. Tentatively called Immolation, this will provide her with a new gauge at the side which will fill up to increase her damage output and provide incoming damage reduction. Gotta love a survivability change. Her third will remain much the same, but will be focused on CC and armor stripping, while her fourth ability will be drastically changed. Instead of surrounding Ember with fireballs, she will be able to cast a bunch of fiery meteorites down onto a target area, setting it all on fire. It looks like a blast, if you'll excuse the pun. For the Volburn rework, things are equally wacky. His passive will remain the same, providing him with 25% damage increase if nearby enemies are incapacitated, and his first remains a Tesla grenade, but this time they'll follow Volburn around and latch onto nearby enemies, which is cool. He'll have a couple of new mine layer abilities, mainly providing CC and buffs instead of the strange utilities that he previously had on offer. His third will now call down an orbital strike. Not much more needs to be said there. And his fourth ability will place a Bastille crowd control cage on quick cast and collapse into a vortex on holding the cast button. Bastille will also now strip armor, which is really cool. This looks like a lot of fun for Volburn, so we can't wait until the next mainline. DE showed off some of the changes to the Cou Vilage system. While this is not coming in the next mainline, it does look like a lot of fun. Basically, not only will the enemies vary greatly as we create different liches, but so will their weapons, which will essentially roll with different damage types. This means that yes, DE will be introducing randomly rolled weapon variants into the game. Of course, given the potential limitlessness of this system, it won't go towards mastery, but still, we here at Cephalon Squared are extremely interested in this addition. Lastly, there were some quick ETAs. Well, not really. The team is still working on the new war, and it's still coming. Next, Empyrean will be released in 3 parts, tentatively referred to as the Dry Dock, Take Flight, and Find Answers. And lastly, Melee 3.0 is still coming, and a largish update should be expected around the same time as players receive the Cou Vilage System, which really should coincide with the Take Flight component of Empyrean. Oh, and cross-save is still on the cards too. No ETA yet, but it is still in the works. There is no word on crossplay though. Before we close out for this week, I'd like to say a big hearty thank you to our patrons as always. These folk help keep the lights on at Cephalon Squared headquarters, so thank you very much. If you like what we do and would also like to support, head on over to cephalonsquared.com/support. That wraps things up for a busy week in Warframe. We'll be back with more news next week. Thanks for watching.